Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Herb, back again with another video. So today I'm going to be doing an oil change on my 2011 Nissan X-Terra. A few months ago I used some VALVOLINE Restore and Protect. So I hardly drive this car, so it was about 6 months ago, less than 1,000 miles. So I'm going to go change it out, change the filter. So I got some fresh VALVOLINE Restore and Protect and OEM Nissan filter. I got my oil drain there. Got my Hercules light, I got some pads, and I'm gonna change out the skid plate if I can't get the oil filter out, so I'm just gonna change it out. I got my Icon mechanic scraper, and I got my toolbox with some gloves and some channel locks and some other shit I'm gonna need, and my insider to do most of the work. And I got some ratchets and stuff too. Alright guys, so this shouldn't take too long because I got the fumoto and I've done this before. So, alright, so I got everything on the on my lift. I'm gonna go look under there later and see where the jacking points are and the where you put the where you put the jack stands for next time. And I got my wheel chocks on both sides to make sure my car doesn't roll off. As you can see, I did the edging yesterday of my lawn, so it looks real nice. And yeah. Alright, so let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into it. Here's the fill. Looks nice and clean. Let's get the dipstick. Looks pretty new still. It's pretty nice. So I'm gonna go clean it off and check the level. The oil looks still pretty clean. 7 mil nitro, extra large from Harbor Freight. Insider. Here's my goggles. Oh, come on, I didn't bring goggles. There we go. I got my eye protection, so you get your PPE. And so I got this tube here. So it connects to the fumoto valve right here. And then it drains the oil. I'll just go right into here. It's a little too long, this tube. Let me go grab a scissors and cut this tube. Okay, so I also got my Icon light. So for extra lighting. Alright, so I got these clean scissors. I'm gonna cut this tube, it's too long. Alright, so let me make it face the other way. Okay. Alright, so now it's gonna shoot out down. So this should be fine. Okay, so let me just double check. Let me just double check. Okay. Alright, so you just take off the fumoto valve, the lever clip. Alright. Then once you switch the lever, once you pull this lever, the oil should start flowing. There we go. No leaks, no nothing. Easy. Looks real nice. It's nice and brown. Oops. Look at it this way. You see that? Nice and golden brown. So I think the engine's pretty clean. If the oil looks like this after 1,000 miles in 3 months, it's beautiful. Right? So this tube is pretty good with the attachment. The other time I did the RAV4, I didn't have this here, so it was like leaking and shit. So I'm just gonna let it go and then throw another quart to drain some more out, and then change the filter, and we should be good to go. That was nice. I'm also gonna put on a plate for the to protect the fumoto valve. So yeah, so just let it run. Be right back. Oil stream's getting weaker now, so just let it keep going for. So it's been like 2 minutes, so it's not too bad. So I'm gonna let it go maybe 15 minutes to get it all out. Then throw in a half a quart to push some down, and then check the filter. So if the filter comes out easy, I'm not going to change the skid plate out. I'm just going to put the cover. Alright, so I'll be back. So usually when you're at a dealership, it starts doing this. They already plug it back in, and then they refill it to spec. So then your oil's overfilled in your engine. So that's what happens. So you gotta let it all come out. You know, but time is money at the dealership, so they don't let it drain out. Alright, so I'll just let it drain. So I added half a quart of fresh VALVOLINE Restore and Protect to push out the old oil, and you'll see the color change difference between real dark brown and real light yellow, so you know it pushes it down and it works. So I would suggest doing that for your oil change to make sure the old oil is out and the new oil is in. That's what fresh oil looks like. So it's nice and yellow. The other one was brown, but it still was pretty. It's still a nice brown color. Alright, so just let it drip all out. So I know I got some clean oil in there now because I put the new oil in there, and it's just draining out the old. And you could tell by the color. So this method does work. I learned this from Lake Speed Jr. You know, adding a little extra oil, because you get 6 quarts of oil, and in most cases it's 5, or you need 4.5 like on a RAV4. So there's a half a quart of oil you could throw in there to flush out some of the old residual oil. So I know I got a nice clean oil basin right now. Because when I put in the 5 quarts, the new 5 quarts, it's going to be just looking just like this. Alright, so the next step's going to be changing this filter here. So if I can get this out without taking off the plate, I'm just going to leave the plate in, you know. So let this drain out, and then, yeah, next step. So that's good enough. I'm going to go shut the valve off now. Okay, valve is shut, and I'm gonna take this off and wipe the valve. I'm gonna go wipe this off. So no leaks, no nothing. It's all good. And put the lever back in. So today's Mother's Day, so it's gonna be really busy. Alright, the clip is in. It's all set. Alright, so part 1 is done. Now part 2 is the most annoying part, is changing the oil filter. But let's see if I can get this, see the schematics. it goes this way. There's a hole there and a hole there. Yeah, so this hole, trying to protect it. So let's I think it's unnecessary because yeah, this will protect it a little bit, but it kind of doesn't. Like if it was over here, yeah, but the holes aren't made for that, you know. So this kind of sucks and it's not worth it. Well, that's protected here, but it's just extra weight. I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, let's move down a few notches. Take this guy off. Okay, grab this guy off. Mini skid plate here. So you're supposed to be able to stick your hand up in there and pull the oil filter off. So this is going to be very messy. Counterclockwise this way. Alright, I'm pulling it. Yeah. Alright, I loosened it. This is very messy. Alright. Alright, so I loosened the oil filter. This is great. I don't need to take this skid plate off. See, it's draining already. So it's draining. You see that? So when you do the change yourself, you don't have to like ugga bugga it back in. You know? You can just so here's the filter right there, and here's the oil dripping. So you can see the oil's kind of clean, and I didn't tighten it too much last time, so it's easy to take off this time. And you could do it from this little hole here. Alright, so let's do a little more. So now it's gonna flow. So not too bad. So my annoying neighbors, they're driving back and forth all day long. Let me just get the whole thing off. Just let it drip. So it's actually not too messy. Much better than last time. Last time I take the whole fucking skid plate off. So I'm just gonna let it go until it stops and then pull it off. Alright, this is cool. Taking off the filter is the hardest part of the oil change. And the messiest part. But it's not too bad today. Let me get the rest of it. So when you do the filter, it's like that's the bad one. Okay. That wasn't too bad. So when you do the oil change the filter, you gotta make sure the ring came off, the seal came off, or it's gonna be double sealed and you're gonna have leaks. So it came off, so I'm happy. So I'm gonna go prepare the oil filter, refill, and then wipe this residual oil off. There shouldn't be much left. Alright guys, so there's the oil fill right there. And here's the filter. And I did it nice. So when you take this off, make sure this rubber seal came off too. See the black thing around the filter? Make sure that came off. Otherwise you can have a double seal. And make sure you clean it off real nice. And then I'm gonna pre-fill the filter and put a new one back on. I'm almost done. Okay. So out with the old, in with the new. Oh. You spilled half of it in. So I didn't spill that much. So I'm really happy that this filter came out. Alright, so I'm just tightening up. Alright, not too bad. Alright, let's clean up this mess again. So some people just say don't even pre-fill because it all spills out, but not all of it spills out. The filter media holds it in. Holds part of it in, you know? Alright. Let's clean this up. Alright, so let me take this one off. Clean this up. And then hand tighten it some more. A little more. Okay, that's good. It's tight, nice and tight. Alright, so alrighty. So new filter is in, it's nice and dry. Hand tightened. I hand tightened it, not too much. And I'm gonna be using some new bolts for the skid plate. It was, this is the part number. So I got 10 of them, so might as well just change them out now. So 081A 66122A. It's gonna replace these guys here. So this might as well get new ones in there. I'm not gonna change the skid plate today because I'm tired. I've been working hard all week. I started a new job, so it's been rough. But yeah, let's put this on. So just hand tighten it, and then use the ratchet. Okay. Okay. And then we'll turn this on. Okay. So then we'll tighten it back in. Not too much. So that's a good thing with the insider, it's a variable speed. So you kind of just ease it in there. And okay, good. Alright, next step. The fumoto's locked and loaded. The oil filter's on. Now the next step is just adding some oil and cleaning up. Alright, so I got a fresh case of 5 quarts of VALVOLINE Restore and Protect SAE 5W-30. Gonna throw it all in there and then lower the car. Well, I'm gonna start her up and then check for leaks, and then if it's good, put her down, let it settle, check the dip, and then add more if I need to. Alright, so let's get into it. So they say shake it up a little, but don't shake it up too much or it becomes bubbly and frosty, and that's bad for the engine. Prevents it from leaking. Brand new, fresh. I love the smell of VALVOLINE Restore and Protect. Let's go pour it in. 5. So I'm going to open up the filter next and take a look at the read. If there's no sludge, I'll do another run of restore and protect, and then I'll go back to regular valvoline. Valvoline's my, or maybe try it in Mitsu. I like valvoline in Mitsu. Or maybe a Nissan one. Genuine Nissan. I'm just gonna let it. So let's start her up, check for leaks, and check the oil pressure. Okay, we got oil pressure. You can see from here it's nice in the middle. Now let's just check for some leaks and we'll be able to. Alright, so let's check the oil level. Yep, it's right here. Let's try it again. Yep, right at the dot. Perfect. See that? Perfect. Alright guys, so the last step is to dispose of the old oil. So I'm gonna pour it into here and bring it over to AutoZone or the Jiffy Lube. So let's see what it looks like. Looks kind of dark. Not too bad. So in my next video, I'm gonna go cut open the oil filter and compare it and see if there's any sludge, and also go use the endoscope and take a look at the inside of the engine to see if it improved. And yeah, so catch you in the next video. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and peace out.